Some songs you just listen to. But every once in a while, a song comes along that feels different. Like it's more than just music. It feels like a prophecy. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. Bob Dylan's A Hard Rain's a Gonna Fall. We're going to treat it less like a folk anthem and more like this incredible, timeless blueprint for how we talk about and even feel crises. Right from the jump, the song doesn't just start. It asks a question. It pulls you in. Think about that. It's not a performance. It's a conversation. It feels almost like an ancient ritual, right? A parent asking their kid who's clearly been through something, "What did you see?" And we, the listeners, we're about to get the full testimony. So yeah, this blue-eyed son isn't just coming back from a trip. He's returning from a journey through a world that's, well, it's broken. And he's not about to tell a simple story. No, what we get is this formal, almost legal testimony, a catalog of visions, a relentless, unfiltered list of everything he saw, everything he heard, and everyone he met out there. So what makes this song so powerful? I mean, it really gets under your skin, doesn't it? It's not just the crazy, haunting images he throws at you, it's how he delivers them. There's this specific poetic trick at play here, this rhythmic engine that just builds and builds this feeling of absolute inevitable doom. Okay, so here's the secret sauce. The literary device is called anaphora. Sounds fancy, but it's super simple. It's just repeating a word or phrase at the beginning of each line. And in Hard Rain, Dylan uses this thing like a weapon. I saw, I heard, I met, over and over. It's like he's a lawyer in a cosmic courtroom, just hammering the jury with one piece of brutal evidence after another. And so the testimony begins. With every single I saw, another piece of evidence gets tossed onto this massive pile. And look where he starts. Whoa. Right away, you get this chilling image of total innocence surrounded by pure danger. It just perfectly sets the stage for a world where everything has gone fundamentally, deeply wrong. And it just keeps coming. One image piles right on top of the last. You go from the newborn baby to a black branch with blood that just keeps dripping. See how that works? The evidence just keeps accumulating until it's completely overwhelming. And at that point, the idea of a hard rain, well, it stops feeling like a maybe, like a prediction. It feels like the only possible conclusion. But then Dylan switches it up. The repetition, that anaphora, it shifts from what he saw to what he heard. It's a full-on sensory assault now. We're not just seeing a broken world, we're hearing it. A world filled with broken communication, just noise without any real meaning. And this line, I mean, come on. Does anything feel more true to our world right now? A whole ocean of voices and zero connection? Okay, so let's talk about this style. This building a case through one catastrophic image after another. This isn't some relic of 1960s folk music. It's a powerful form of rhetoric. We call it apocalyptic rhetoric, and trust me, it is alive and kicking today, especially in politics. So what is apocalyptic rhetoric? Basically, it's language that frames everything as an existential end-of-the-world crisis. It uses hyperbole, the worst ever, a total disaster, to just completely seize your attention and provoke a crisis-level emotional response. And if you're looking for a modern example, just think about the public language of Donald Trump. So often, situations are framed as either the absolute worst disaster in history or the greatest triumph ever. There's not a lot of middle ground. And when you put them side by side, the parallels are pretty striking, right? Dylan's strange vision of a highway of diamonds with nobody on it, it kind of works the same way a modern political phrase like American carnage does. They both paint this picture of total collapse, of a broken promise. But, and this is the important part, there is a massive difference in the details, and we're going to get to that. All right, this brings us to the real heart of the matter. We've seen the stylistic similarities. But what's the actual difference between Dylan's complex, layered, haunting prophecy and a more modern, maybe more straightforward performance of crisis? So here's the question we have to ask ourselves. Is this whole apocalyptic style just about getting attention? Is it just a trick to shout louder than everybody else in the room? Or, at least in Dylan's hands, is there something more going on? Is he actually offering a genuine, profound insight into how the world works? So let's flip this around. Instead of just saying, this is like that, let's use Dylan's song like a special kind of lens. Let's look through it to see what's actually missing from that more simplistic, modern apocalyptic style. What are the key ingredients in his prophecy that you just don't find when someone is only performing crisis for effect? Because when you look closely, Dylan's prophecy is so much more than a laundry list of terrible things. First, you get this surreal specificity. A dead pony. Why a dead pony? It's so weird and specific that it just lodges in your brain. Then there are these little moments of grace, of hope. A girl gave me a rainbow. It's a reminder that even in this nightmare landscape, beauty and kindness still exist. He also gets into moral ambiguity, being wounded in love and wounded with hatred. Life isn't a simple good guys versus bad guys story, and he knows it. And maybe most crucial of all, the song doesn't end with a demand for power or a call to arms. It ends with a personal promise to be a witness, to tell it and think it and speak it. Okay, so after all that, after this epic testimony, this massive catalog of brokenness mixed with these tiny moments of beauty, we're still left with that one central, terrifying question. What is the hard rain? What is this thing that's going to fall?
Well, look, the song was definitely born out of Cold War fears of nuclear fallout. That was the original hard rain. But maybe today its most powerful meaning is something different. Maybe the hard rain isn't literal. Maybe it's the endless flood of information, misinformation, and just plain old poison that fills our world. It's an informational collapse. And that brings us right back to what might be the single most prophetic line in the entire song for us right now. The ultimate disaster isn't some big explosion. It's the endless, quiet, meaningless noise. It's a world with 10,000 people whispering and not a single person listening. A world where we've all stopped hearing each other. And that, well, that's a hard rain for sure.